can watch back. And of course, you might want to watch back as well and remind yourselves of the things that we talk about. Um, thank you for joining. How are you feeling right now? Maybe in these moments, let's just notice what's going on for us right now, how we might feel, how our body feels. You might want to think of it like a weather condition. So you might feel a bit stormy. You might feel there's some mild drizzle. You might feel there's a lot of a calm, beautiful blue sky, maybe some clouds on the horizon. If you would like to share, however you feel within the chat, maybe a word or a phrase, maybe a weather condition, foggy, that's beautiful, Rachel. Lovely way to describe it. And this is how you feel, and it may be that you start to see and hear things from other people that you relate to. Whilst you're doing that, I'd just like to say that I'm going to share some ideas and approaches on well-being and looking after yourself now. So feel free for the next few moments, next 13 minutes or so, to turn off your screens and your phones. And following on from the session that we did in May, feel free to stand up and move about in this session. It doesn't look like anybody else has any other descriptors, so that's absolutely fine. It may be through this session that there's something you want to share about how you feel, so go for it. Whilst you're thinking, here is the Action for Happiness calendar for Joyful June. And I will put the link into the chat. The Action for Happiness mission is to help people create a happier world with a culture that prioritizes happiness and kindness. And today's action is to bring joy to others by doing something kind for them. So the benefits of being kind to others are numerous. Kindness can be shown in many ways. You can be generous, considerate, empathic, open, emotionally available. There's lots of ways we can do it, and kindness can cost nothing, yet can mean everything to someone else. And you can get lots of benefits too from being kind, as well as feeling good about whatever you've done. Others might follow your lead and then be kind back to you or be kind to other people. So, with that in mind, love can spread across the populace, across the Pearson family, across the globe. And we can only hope that everybody could be as kind as possible to each other. If you are stuck for ideas on what you could do, the Random Acts of Kindness Foundation have a workplace kindness challenge if you're interested. You can download it from their website, and I'll share the link with you in a moment. Some of my favourites on here include to compliment with reckless abandon. And feel free to try this now. Put anything nice into the chat about anyone in this meeting, or it might be that you go and you do it for other people. So I would like to say to Clive, I absolutely love your t-shirt. It's absolutely gorgeous and it really suits you. So there you go, a sincere message of love and appreciation to Clive there. Anybody else? Thank you, Christopher. That's a great thing to hear because I also love it as well. And I hope that it brings joy and happiness to everybody who sees me wearing this hoodie. There's also some other lovely ideas on here. So don't complain for 24 hours. It could be an act of kindness. I would love to see this in action. I would love for myself to be able to not complain for 24 hours. Maybe we should do it as a kind of sponsored thing where we see if we can just focus on the positives. Other ideas, put away your phone while in someone else's company. A really nice one is to leave a glowing review of a local business online. It can be a really good thing to do because local businesses, shops, etc., can really will appreciate whenever we do anything positive, because the ratings go up. People trust it. They look for reviews. So maybe let's try that. Maybe let's support our local businesses, and you never know, they might recognize this and do something nice in return for you. Some lovely compliments on the screen. Joel loves working with us all in such a positive and supporting environment. Peter's feeling the love for these meetings, and it's a lovely break in the day. Fantastic to hear. Thank you very much. Keep them coming. The Random Act of Kindness Foundation also have kindness bingo sheets that you can download too and use them in everyday life. So let's spread the joy and the love, everyone. Um, okay, here's something that we can all benefit from. It's a 6-second stress relief. So, from time to time, it may be that we feel stress and anxiety and a sense of doing a lot and being overwhelmed. We're on a bit of a treadmill. You may feel some tension, some kind of negative emotions and feelings. And if we encounter anything like this, we might feel that we feel uncomfortable, that our thoughts are difficult. We might feel it in our bodies. We might feel our heart is racing. We might get a headache. So this is a little way to look after ourselves and of being kind to ourselves. So let's try this together now. You can listen. You don't have to do it, but the invitation is there to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the soles of our feet. Now, if you want to stand up to do this, go for it. Otherwise, remain where you are. And if you are standing, stand with your feet shoulder width apart and allow a softness in your knees. But if you're sitting down, just place your feet firmly on the floor now and get yourself in a comfortable position. So if you just want to shake out your shoulders, you might want to imagine that you've got the golden thread running up through your body from your pelvis up through and at the top of your head. And if you want to close your eyes, you're very welcome to do so, or lower your gaze, or just focus on an object. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly draw in a long, slow breath. And as we breathe out slowly, just drop the attention into the soles of your feet. And you're paying attention to the different sensations as they rise and fall like the waves on a sea. And you might notice that there's pressure under the heels and the balls of your toes. There might be a general sense of tingling or achiness on your feet. You might feel patches of warmth, patches of coolness, maybe moistness between your toes. You might not experience anything at all. It's just whatever is here for you. Okay, let's do it again. We'll breathe in. Nice breath in, and then as we breathe out, again, just focus back on the feet and notice what is here in the physical sensations in your feet right now as we breathe out. And one more time, we breathe in and we focus on the feet and the sensations. Lovely. Okay, so we've had our eyes closed, we can open them again and maybe just noticing what's here for you right now. And if this works for you, consider using it when you feel anxious or a bit wobbly to give yourself a bit of space when things can feel a bit much. It's only 6 seconds. We just did it 3 times then because, it could just help to calm us as well. But what we're doing is we're moving away from thinking and doing and trying to work through our problems. And we're just moving to being and sensing and noticing what it's like to be in the body. And by doing so, we're just stepping back a little bit from the kind of the turmoil that we can be experiencing. So you might find it useful. Okay, I'd just like to introduce you to a way of flourishing in life, of a higher level of well-being, and this is called the PERMA model of well-being, and it's an evidence-based approach to improving happiness and to decreasing anxiety and depression and stress. And this model was developed by Dr. Martin Seligman in 2012, and he selected 5 components that people can pursue to sort themselves out and contribute to the well-being. Now, there's been lots of research about this, and that these things can help with our physical health, our vitality, our job satisfaction, our life satisfaction, and commitment to things. The first one is about positive emotion, and this can include happiness and hope, interest and joy, love and compassion. And these are all things about flourishing, and they can be cultivated or learned to improve our well-being. So some examples of this would include spending time with people that we care about, doing hobbies and creative activities that we enjoy, listening to uplifting music, and reflecting on things that we are grateful for in our lives. The second point, the E in PERMA, is about engagement. And this is about being at one with whatever activity we're doing. So if you've heard of flow, it's like flow is when you have a loss of self-consciousness and you get completely absorbed in an activity. You're living in the moment and you're focused entirely on the task at hand. This could be a hobby. It could also be when you're cooking, when you're walking. There's lots of ways to experience flow. So it might be about, when you're thinking about this, it's like participate in activities that you really love, where you lose track of time when you do them, and practicing being in the moment, even, focusing on your feet whilst you're breathing. All these things can really help you engage and observe what's going on in yourself and the world around you. The R in PERMA is about relationships and about the relationships that we have with everybody that we encounter in our lives, not just our loved ones and those in our family, but our colleagues and at the community at large. So it's really significant to kind of recognize that humans are inherently social, and we can get so much about the activities that we do and the things that we do with other people. We talked today about being kind and looking out for each other. This is a great way to do it. We can also join a class or a group that interests us. We can find out about people that we work with, and we can ask them questions. We can try to become friends with people who are just our acquaintances, and we can also get in touch with people that we've not spoken to or connected with for a while. Another intrinsic quality is the search for meaning and the need to have a sense of value and worth. And having purpose in life can really help us focus on what is significant, especially if we are faced with big challenges. So, having a meaning and purpose in life can be different things to everyone. It can mean that it's about a hobby that we have, it might be the profession that we do, but it might also be kind of a social cause or a political cause that we're involved with, even the volunteering that we might do. So, a way to build meaning and purpose in your life could be through getting involved in an organization or cause, trying new creative activities to connect with, and or like kind of reigniting a passion that we've had in something that we've done before. And finally, the A in PERMA is about achievement, and it's about mastery or competence and getting a sense of accomplishment in working towards something. Having the self motivation to finish what we try to do. And it can be really helpful to us to look at our life with a sense of pride. So, whatever it is that you choose to do, no matter how big or how small, setting targets to do them, making a list of things that we can be proud of, and brainstorming creative ways to celebrate our accomplishments. The plus in PERMA is is thinking about how we consider nutrition and physical activity and sleep and optimism. So there are all ways in which we can support ourselves and are equally important in terms of mental well-being. Well, that's it for this month. Wow, that went quickly. Please remember we have a wellbeing and mindfulness page, and we've got lots of guidance and resources and poems on there that you can have a look at. I will share the link with you. And thank you for giving these moments to focus on yourself today. Look after yourself. Look at that cute little animal. Isn't it gorgeous? Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's always a delight. And until the next time, take care of yourselves and see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, everyone.
See you on Thursday.